Welcome to Geek Fandom Media. I am your host, Chris, and you guys, we have the first official reveal of Ralph Ineson as Galactus in the Fantastic Four First Steps, and he looks so damn good. He looks so comic book accurate. I cannot wait to hear him actually speak, because if you guys have heard Ralph before, he has a very intimidating, deep voice. So to see Galactus on the big screen, having a conversation or engaging with like the Silver Surfer is gonna be so badass. But if I'm being honest with you guys, I would have loved for this reveal to be in the final trailer or in the movie. The fact that it's been, dropped online through a marketing, promo image or something like that, it's kind of disappointing, because if you would have seen this reveal full-blown scale in the final trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps, the internet would have been going crazy. And the Fantastic Four First Steps still they need that last marketing push. I'm going to be honest with you. I still believe that they should do a mega, big, final action-packed trailer, because that's what they need right now. The general consensus right now for the Fantastic Four, people just aren't that excited about it, and it pains me. It's Marvel's first family, and I've loved everything we've seen so far from this film. All the trailers, it just feels like it's been handled with such love, attention to detail, and care from Matt Shakman, Kevin Feige, and Marvel Studios. I mean, Galactus looks great. He looks fantastic. No pun intended. But he should have been saved for the reveal for the last trailer. He was teased, in the first couple of trailers, him kind of towering over New York City. Or then, in the second trailer, him walking through New York City, which I did hear they built miniature statues, miniature, cities of New York to have Ralph Ineson in full-blown costume kind of destroying the city, which I cannot believe they did. I love it. That feels really old school when you think back of the George Lucas Star Wars films, them actually building miniature sets. It's brilliant. Christopher Nolan even did that for The Dark Knight. And there were certain sequences with, Batman on his motorcycle. They actually did that. And I love that from the artistry standpoint. It's so creative and it's so unique. So I'm really hoping to see some kind of, behind the scenes, future on how they're going to do that for Galactus. He looks great. He literally, the design, the attention to detail, the mechanics of the suit, the glowing eyes, the face structure, it looks so good. It looks terrifying. The detail on the suit looks like the Death Star. I'm going to be honest with you, and I love it. I love it. The Death Star is iconic. So I'm really hoping that Galactus is an iconic, MCU presence moving forward, because he's ultimately like one of the most badass MCU villains, up there with Doctor Doom and Thanos. It's Galactus. He's the world eater. I am so fascinated to see how they're going to handle this and how they're going to do this. I mean, realistically, you guys, look, Galactus is ultimately going to win. I do believe Galactus is ultimately going to win, and he's going to devour their world. Hence why the Fantastic Four is now into a whole new dimension and, multiverse at the end of, the Thunderbolts. So the fact that that has so much weight, so much pressure, so much stakes to it is huge. Like, that's big. To start your movie off with the Fantastic Four potentially losing to Galactus is ginormous. So I'm quite fascinated to see how they're going to handle that. But, I can't wait for the Fantastic Four. All the character designs look really great, man. I can't wait to see more Ben Grimm, the Thing. Eben Moss-Backrack, you guys, is such a wonderful actor, especially in The Bear. Can't wait to see how his performance is going to deliver through the motion capture performance, like a Mark Ruffalo or Andy Serkis. He's gotten calls, he's gotten his, his tips and things like that of how to handle, the whole motion capture performance, because, it's going to be, it truly feels special, and I feel like this film will definitely cement itself within Marvel Studios lore, within Marvel Studios, introduction to, their first family. It's going to be impactful. It's going to be important, and it's going to lead directly into Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. I mean, will Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom appear in the film? It's been rumored, but I don't know how true that is. There are rumors that, Doom does come for this particular universe. It's really up in the air, but, I'm really hoping that the Fantastic Four does great critically and at the box office, because right now Marvel is struggling with their box office results. It's unfortunate. Thunderbolts was, loved critically and amongst fans, and it looks like it won't even break even. I think it just crossed $300 million worldwide at the box office. But we have some banger of movies coming out like Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible, Karate Kid. Once those movies come out, it's safe to say that you can push Thunderbolts out of the theater, especially for Lilo and Stitch, another Disney film that's going to do gangbusters. All the early reviews for, Lilo and Stitch, people are loving. I can't wait to take my son to go see it. It's going to be a fun time at the theaters, but I'm hyped for the Fantastic Four. I love the design. I think it looks badass. Like I said, I can't wait to see him in, the pure size of it all and how he's going to move and interact with things and how the Fantastic Four are going to go. How are they going to go up against him? And yes, he can change sizes. It's going to be quite fascinating to see. Look, they nailed Celestials down in the Eternals. That was perfect. So I was like, oh, ever since then, I was like, oh, they can do Galactus. They got the Celestials down? They can do Galactus. He's not going to be some ginormous cloud that we saw in the Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. God, I don't know what they were thinking. Terrible decision. I get it. It was early. Probably the visual effects department couldn't handle things like that. They didn't know how to, probably take a direction where they could do an actual size Galactus. I understand it, but if you can't adapt something that's, so iconic and comic book accurate, don't try to adapt it because you are going to displease so many fans like they did in Rise of the Silver Surfer. But let me know what you guys think about, our first reveal of Galactus in the Fantastic Four first steps. Honest thoughts and opinions. What do you think about the sheer size? What do you think about the attention to detail, the mechanics of it all? I love it. I adore it. I can't wait to see it in full-blown motion. But, of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching Geek Fandom Media. Peace.